What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we are going to be doing the tier list of the best power forwards in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM. So lads, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to hit 250,000 subscribers as soon as possible, and right now we are just, I think we're like 100 off being, we're 23,100 away, so we're on track to do it by 2K22 anyway, which at the end of the day is the goal. As well as that, if you want to watch the other tier lists, they will be on the channel, as well as other months and just gameplays or some sort of a showcase of basically every single card in the game. So anyway, let's get started with the list. So we're starting off, as you guys can see, with Aaron Gordon. And Aaron Gordon, he's basically, well, obviously the name Aaron's going to be the first on almost every alphabetical order. But the whole thing with me and Aaron Gordon is he's just so mid-tier. He's so decent. Like, I have regret and I have don't regret, like, going for him in my team. Like, it's not like it's a big regret at all that I don't have him, because I don't think I'd use him in my squad, but he is good. Like, he's good enough that in my 2K for free series, he would... Him or Nick Batum's actually close, and he'd definitely be in our Covington though. But yeah, Aaron Gordon, he's got good defense, got a good player build. I hate his release, but he's got bronze range as well. He's decent. He's an all-around decent card. Amare D, Kirilenko C. I know you guys might think surely Amare is better than Kirilenko. Not in my opinion. I think that the Amethyst Kirilenko, base 29, the guy greens everything. The guy greens absolutely everything with that base, which is a huge thing. Like, his release is absolutely cash. And as well as that, he's got really good defense. Obviously, he's not going to bring much on offense except for shooting wide open. He only has one hot zone in one of the corners. But overall, decent card. Amari Stoudemire, for me, he should be like a better version of a Aldridge or a Bargnani, but he just doesn't feel like it. Like, his stats aren't that bad. His jump shot's not that bad. It's just something about him that I don't like. And he's still not cheap either. Then we have got Andrei Kirilenko. AK, get into S tier. He's still a beast. He is still a beast. He is a guy that can shoot the three really well, can play defense really well. He's also a guy that, again, is he's like one of the best defense players. He's still using a lot of comp squads, and I think we could still potentially see him being around 250k. Like, for me, he offers me more than, say, the Pink Diamond Giannis. And that reminds me, is Pink Diamond Giannis primary power forward? He's on the list, isn't he? Yeah, he is. For me, I would take an AK at power forward over that Giannis. Then we got Jameson. You get into S tier as well. The Chicken Man. The absolute Chicken Man. If you guys don't know, the guy does not miss. The guy does not miss. He, best release in the game. He's got Dante Exum base, the best catch and shoot release in the game. And it's on quick. Like, it's such an overpowered release, they will not even give it to Dante Exum. They will not even give Dante Exum his own release, because he's, it's just too good. But they'll give it to Antoine Jameson, which is hilarious. So Jameson, legitimately the best shooter in the game. Anthony Davis, A tier. He's not quite the top tier, but he is still really good. He's still a really good power forward. Just overall, I'm not the biggest fan of the card, honestly. But as a center, he's still more than usable, so he's A tier. Simmons. He's actually very similar to the other Simmons, except for the fact that he's not quite as good a dunker, and also he's can't play point guard. So I think C. He's tough to run. Like, if you're running this Simmons at power, if you're running Pink Diamond Simmons at power forward, you should just might as well get this Simmons. They have the same three ball, but this Simmons can't shoot a mid range either, whereas the other Simmons can, which is quite big. So he is in C tier. Then we have got Blake Griffin. Blake, what am I talking about? Blake's still S. He's still S. Blake's still a top tier card in this game. Yes, he is no longer, and he's not Anthony Davis or Hakeem level. He's not like the best of the best, but he's still good, man. he's still good and he's still more than usable. Like a lot of people talking about this card like he's not a beast. He is still a beast and more than usable in this game. That is all I am going to say. The guy is more than usable. And I don't even know why I'm talking more than usable. Like Anthony Davis and Gordon are more than usable. Blake's still one of the best cards in this game, especially on current gen. Then we got Bobby Jones. Defensively, he's better than defensively than AK. And I think he's the only player that I can say that. He's the second best, maybe Giannis. The two of those guys and Giannis are the three best defensive players in the game. He just doesn't have the offense. AK can get range. He's a better release, especially on current gen. And Bobby Jones, he's got no hot zones at 3. Although he does have an 83 with base 4 as far as I'm aware, which is a decent release. Like his release is fine in my opinion. He can green, but if you gotta basically green with him, otherwise he's gonna very rarely hit because of the way current gen is. A beast on next gen, no range unfortunately, but so good on defense. Bobby Jones, A tier. Bob Love is like, he's like worse Bobby Jones. I'm gonna put Bob Love in C tier. I don't think he's that much better than AK. I don't think he's very similar to AK. Bob Pettit, he's definitely lower than these guys. Half range is like, half range and a little bit of speed, that's all he has. That is all he has. Bob Pettit goes into B tier. Boris Diaw, B or C. I like him, especially when he's badged up. He badged up, but he's not nearly as good as either of these two guys. Let's put him in C. Scalabrine, get into A tier. Scal is so good. Can we just take into account how good Brian Scalabrine is in this game? Like, Brian Scalabrine is unreal. He is unreal. So, let me just get display capture up right here. So, like, Brian Scalabrine's got 36 golds. He's got 1 Hall of Fame. And the Hall of Fame badge is range. The most expensive Hall of Fame, or the biggest Hall of Fame badge in the game. 84 speed, 84 acceleration, 87 lateral quickness with a bunch of gold defense badges. Let's have a look at Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon has got Chase Leonard's Pogo. Okay, he's got 2 hops. He's got almost all the same gold badges on defense. He's got a few interior badges. Yes, he's got half Showtime. That's big. But like in terms of stats-wise and everything, Scalabrine's almost as good. Same lateral quickness, and Scal shoots from deep. So, for me, I think I'll take Scal 100 times out of 100 for that shooting ability. Hot zones everywhere on the floor. If you want to argue Gordon's better because of Showtime, fair enough. But the fact is that it's a debate which of these guys are better on current gen. And there's no debate. Scal's a million times better than Aaron Gordon next gen. Buck Williams, I mean, he had his time, and he had it. There was a time where he was the best defensive center in the game, not named Bill Russell. Like, he had his time, and there was a time where this card was effective. It's just now, like, there are a bunch of guys that do what he does, but can actually score. Byron Beck. Beck's going A tier. Beck's really good as well. Like, when you badge up Beck, the guy is incredible, lads. The guy is absolutely incredible. He's just kind of gotten as an underrated player because he's no Terry. He's very similar to Embry. Like, if we're looking at Beck, Beck has got, like, quick first step, a bunch of good defensive badges, very comparable defensive stats to Embry, very similar dribble sigs. He's got base 40 which on quick, which is a release that I really like. And it's just an overall good player. Not a lot of people got the guy, which is why you don't hear people talking about him, because he wasn't as sought after as the Dentist or Embry. But Beck is incredible. Melo, S tier. Weber, S tier. Let's call it a spade a spade. They're 2 of the best cards in the game. Melo on current gen's nowhere near Melo on next gen, by the way. So if you are on current gen and you've used Melo and are like, he's nowhere near as good as I'm talking about him, that is true. That is true. He's like a borderline S and A tier on current gen, but he's a no doubt about it S tier on next gen. He's one of the best guys in the game. His release is easy as Jameson. I'm telling you, lads. I'm telling you, Carmelo Anthony feels like Carmelo Anthony old on next gen. He's insane. And Weber's like chicken. He's another chicken man. They gave him Kemba release. It's almost as easy to green as Jameson. He's a similar card to Jameson, except he can play center and is a little bit better inside, whereas Jameson's a little bit faster, but a little bit better defensively, especially on the perimeter. But Weber, again, a really, really good player when you range him up. Issel, I mean, Issel's... He's better than AD, in my opinion. I think he's better than AD. He's like way, way better Kevin Love. He's like, imagine if they gave Diamond Kevin Love speed and defense. The two things it lacks, speed and defense. Imagine if they gave him speed and defense. That's literally what you're getting with Daniel. Really nice card in my opinion. Davis Bertans. I mean, there are situations where I would prefer Bertans than some guys in C tier, but the only thing he has going for him is the fact he's got range. That is the only thing he has going for him. Good shooter, actually, as well. Then we got Rodman. I'm tempted. Rodman is like worse Bobby Jones. I think I'm gonna move Gordon up because I think it's ridiculous to compare Rodman to Gordon. But apart from shooting, Rodman's insane. I will say, people hate him on current gen. I've never used Rodman on current gen. I don't know what it is. People hate the guy on current gen. Again, I haven't played with him on current gen, so I have no idea. But the guy is a lockdown defender. Snags every board. Runs the floor super well. He can handle the ball really well. Dunks on everybody. And has got a release that's not horrendous. He's basically like, imagine, like, if he could play center, he would be like a smaller Bill Russell. Like, and I'm not even kidding. If he could play center, he would be smaller Bill Russell. His problem is that, like, again, he can't play center. He's a little bit undersized, but he's almost the same as the Bill Russell Opal card. It's just, the problem is that, again, he can't play center and he's 6'7", but he's a beast. He's a beast. Dirk Nowitzki, I'm not going to put him lower than C tier because he's got half range. Alright, now we're about 11 minutes into the video. Now it is time to sort out the low tiers. Elton Brand, you are worthless. You are an absolute garbage, man. Get off my list. You are an absolute garbage, man. I like Larry Markkinen. I need to say that right now. I like Larry Markkinen, but he's worthless. There is no reason to use this card. You will probably lose if you run Larry Markkinen. You can't play him at the 4, and if you run him at the 5, he's like worse Dirk Nowitzki. He was good, like, he was nice for his time. And in Limited, you know what? There are certain weeks in Limited, he might, if it's Eastern Conference Ruby Centers and Bargnani goes through the roof, Markkinen is not a bad player. And that might be enough to bring him off the worthless tier, but for me, he's worthless. Jermaine O'Neal, I mean, he's got an alright stats. His animations are so bad and his jump shot's so bad. And that's kind of a problem. Ryan Anderson is worse than Davis Bertans. But I'm going to put him D tier. He can shoot. Ryan Anderson can shoot, but he's going D tier. Anyone else that I think belongs in D tier? We've got way worse Bob Pettit in Jerry Lucas, who's going D tier because he's got a chest pass shot. Jerry Lucas is like, imagine Bob Pettit, but way worse. And you might be thinking, some of you guys probably have success with Jerry Lucas. And I'm going to show you guys his stats right now and the reason why I'm putting him down in D tier. The guy has got 37 lateral quickness. 37. If you're someone that believes perimeter defense does something, he's got 37 in that as well. He has also, like, he's a decent rebounder. The problem is that you can give a player Ray Allen base. You can give him a great base. The guy can't dribble either. His speed's nowhere near as good as Pettit's. You can give him Ray Allen base, but you can't take away the fact he's got Joakim Noah chest pass upper. You will not be able to time that. No matter how good it seems, you will not. It's highly unlikely you're going to be able to time a shot with somebody who throws a chest pass into the basket. Like, he's like a way. People compare him to Pettit. They're night and day. Pettit's so much better than Jerry Lucas. Draymond Green. I mean, he's still A. Like, badged up Draymond is still A. No question about it. Like, is badged up Draymond worse than Dan Issel? Maybe, like, a little bit. Is Draymond badged up worse than Gordon? I'm saying no. Like, yeah, I definitely had Draymond overrated. I definitely don't think he can compete in competitive 2K with Draymond Green, but he's good. He's still A tier, and there's no doubt about that. McGinnis. I mean, McGinnis badged up probably is A tier. I just don't like him. He is not that bad. Like, a lot of people, like, it's just that he's a lock-in reward. Like, a lot of people hate this card. And I'll be the first to say it. Like, he's not worth it, or not even close to worth it. But he's not that bad. Like, looking at him, 84 three-pointer, good speed, great interior scoring. Unfortunately, he's got half Showtime with no Showtime dunks, but that's half posterizer with no flashies, which means he dunks on everybody on next gen. Yes, he can dribble. His jumper's all right. Like, it's Walt Frazier jumper. I like it. Most people hate it. He's got decent defensive stats and you can put range on him. Like, badged up, he's objectively not bad. But the fact is that he's like borderline, and he's also a lock-in, so I'm just going to put him in the lower tier. Giannis S. I don't particularly like Giannis. God on next gen, by the way. God on next gen. He's one of the best centers in the game. He's ultra cheesy. There are flaws. He's like the center equivalent of Ben Simmons. This card, the funny thing is, this card plays exactly like Giannis did in 2K19. Unstoppable going to the basket, but flawed because people can kind of force him to shoot. So yeah, Giannis is in S tier right here. Kevin Garnett, B tier. He's just not good enough. He should be. Kevin Garnett later on in the year. I'm saying this right now. His release is way better this year than it was last year. When we eventually get our Opal Kevin Garnett or even a 96 pink diamond, if we somehow get a glitched Kevin Garnett who can play power forward / center and has like the stats of DeMarcus Cousins, it's the best center in the game. No question about it. His player build, the way he moves, his release this year, I'm telling you, if they basically make a glitched Kevin Garnett and make him like Boogie, no question. No question about it, Kevin Garnett's the best, if not the best center in the game. Then we got Glenn Big Baby Davis. I like him. He's C tier. He's basically a clone of Eddie Jones. I think he's good. That's the best way I can describe him, is he's good. Maurice Lucas, B tier. Maurice Lucas is kind of similar to a Rodman, honestly. He's similar to a Rodman. He's similar to like a worse version. He's basically a non-ball handling Rodman, except he can play center. Two elite defensive players. I think Lucas gets half clamps, whereas Rodman doesn't, but half clamps doesn't matter really on a center or a power forward. Actually, no, it does matter on a power forward. But I think he doesn't bring quite the offense or the ball handling of a Rodman, even though he does have good dribble 6. He doesn't have a high enough ball handling rate to get away with it. But like literally everything but shooting, Maurice Lucas does really well. Just unfortunate shooting is such a big part of the game. So he's going beside the guy who I can say the exact same sentence to describe. Then we are going to put in, I'm going to fill up B tier and put in Larry Nance. Larry Nance is like Pink Diamond Giannis, small forward. Very similar. I don't think he's as good as any of these guys. For me, he's like a worse version of Bobby Jones. Then we got Tim Duncan. He's just too slow. He's just too slow. Like for me, Anthony Davis is like a better version of Tim Duncan. I think they're quite similar, and I would take Anthony Davis in a heartbeat over Tim Duncan. They're quite similar. Obviously, Duncan's a lot slower, and in my opinion, has a worse release over Anthony Davis. But it's a close one. It is a close one. Okay, so who are we going to put? I'm just trying to get some lower tier players now. Gugliotta. Big fan of Gugliotta. He's D tier. By big fan, he's like Aaron Gordon. He's like a worse Aaron Gordon without clamps and bronze range. He's good on current gen. Googs, I'll give him C tier because of current gen because he's fast. But yeah, Googs, if he released, great dunker though. So quick first step as well. We have got Terry Cummings. Literally nobody played TT online for this guy. I've used him once in a gameplay and he was a garbage man. Before I rate him, I have to at least look at his stats, because I can't just judge it by one game, because if I'm judging by one game, he's like worthless tier for me. So let's just check out what his actual stats are. So the guy comes with no clamps. You can put clamps and range on him. Decent 3-ball. Walt Frazier release on normal. Can't dribble really. He gets no showtime. No showtime dunks. He's 6'9" with 7 points on, which is alright. He's fast, but he's not that fast. Can't handle the ball. He's C. He's C. He's not good. I mean, like, he's objectively not awful. I mean, badged up, he's like better than Dio, but like he's not good either. Okay, I think I might have to move some of these guys down, because every one of these guys is above C tier at this stage on this list. So let's move. These two guys are very similar. No, I don't think I can move any of these down to where unless they serve a purpose. So Jason Tatum, A tier. Josh Smith, A tier. I would have had Josh Smith as a high B tier player because I don't believe he's as good as Bobby Jones, but I know a lot of people will have these guys at a very similar level. Tatum is one of those. His stats are exceptional. Everything about his stats is brilliant, but he just does not play up to his stats. A good card though. A really good card. Set shot 36 or whatever it is not terrible. A lot of people hate it because the set shot, it's good off the catch. He's not going to be creating off the dribble with it. I reckon they'll give him a different release for his next card, but it's fine. LeBron James, S. Zion Williamson, S. Larry Bird, S. LeBron and Zion, yeah, next gen exists. So LeBron and Zion, LeBron dominant. Next gen, one of the best cards in the game. Dunks on everybody. He's got elite speed. His defense on current gen is incredible. His shooting is incredible on both gens. He's got, so his shooting is incredible on next gen, not great on current gen. His dunking is incredible on both gens. Defense incredible on both gens. He can curry slide on next gen. He can't on current gen. He's definitely better on next gen than he is on current, but in my opinion, LeBron is still a really good card on current gen. Zion Williamson is the opposite. Do not use, if you're on next gen, do not use Zion Williamson. Heck, give me Bobby Jones over Zion Williamson on next gen. But on current gen, Zion Williamson, one of the best releases in the game. Wide body, gets boards he shouldn't get, and is still usable. I still have a weird feeling people will be using him at 250 because of how used they are to his release. Larry Bird is just a sniper. Hall of Fame range extender. He hits everything. He is just a really good player in my opinion. Then we got Sean Kemp. Sean Kemp B. At that center position, he can run and dunk so well. Like, he's definitely, especially at center, I'll take him over any of these guys. As far as budget centers go, he's very comparable to the Amethyst Blake, which is not the greatest card in the world, but some people do like that card. Dunks, shoots, what more can you ask for? Can't really play defense though. Juwan Howard going in B tier as well. When Juwan Howard's badged up, his only problem is that he's got LaMarcus Aldridge base, and Aldridge base sucks. It absolutely sucks. I'm sorry. Like, as much as I've tried to use it on Hito, and I don't even mind using it on Hito that much, it's terrible. Like, the amount I have to concentrate to shoot the ball with Hito is crazy. And like, having used Juwan Howard without being badged up, it's the same release. I can tell you badged up, he's not gonna be much of a shooter. Then we have got Serge Ibaka and Siakam badged up, both going into B tier. Siakam can hit wide open shots. He sticks defense, can't rebound to save his life though. But that's literally it. He's a cone. He's a cone without range extender, but you can give him range, but I don't advise it. He's literally a cone. He's just going to sit on that three-point line and hit threes. Serge Ibaka is a really good pick and pop big without range extender and a really good shot blocker. Will not defend anyone on the perimeter though, but his jump shot is fantastic. In my opinion, Serge Ibaka over Kevin Garnett in this game. Even though most people will say Kevin Garnett, I'm taking Serge Ibaka over KG in a similar role. Then we've got A tier, where we're going to put in Thurl, and we're also going to put in Julius Randle. Thurl, especially badged up Thurl, like half quick for his step. The guy's 6'11". Speed glitch is a thing on current gen. He can pro 5 behind the back on current gen. His dunking's incredible. On next gen, the guy can curry slide. His release is iffy, but it's quick. He's a borderline flawless card. Like, there's not, like, if you can get his release down, if you can get the kind of borderline chest pass up or down, which is difficult to do, it is still quick though. He's fantastic. He doesn't do anything wrong. Like, his rebounding is iffy, but again, he's athletic and 6'11". He'll get boards. Like, LeBron apparently can't rebound. He snags rebounds over everybody. So LeBron, Thurl Bailey, incredible. Julius Randle is like better Draymond Green. That's the best way to describe him. He's a little bit worse defensively, better offensively, but he handles the ball better than Draymond. He shoots it a little bit better than Draymond. Well, nah, he doesn't shoot better than Draymond. He shoots at a similar level to Draymond. He's more athletic. He dunks. He's like a modern version of that Draymond card, although he's still not a top tier power forward and would not be a top tier small ball center. Then Rui Tomljanovic, no question about it, S tier. A lot of people didn't lock in for this guy, but like, his release is cash. It's Kobe base on quick, which is really nice, and that upper 70, and upper 70 matters a lot. So it's just Wes Unseld from last year, or, well, Zion was a lefty, but it's just Wes Unseld from last year. He's also got a really nice ball handle. He can curry slide. He dunks it well. His speed of only 87, yeah, might not be the best thing in the world, but he's still so good, man. He's so good. He's, again, more than usable card in this game. So yeah, that is the video. This, in my opinion, is the power forward tier list in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM. Like, I think I might move Pettit down. And I don't know, let's keep Pettit up. The gap between this tier and this tier is huge. It really is. I think maybe McGuinness. I think the gap between these top 2 tiers and the rest is massive. And honestly, there should be no reason to use a power forward not in the top 2 tiers. Scal's cheap. Thurl's cheap. 2 of those guys, if you got the tokens for Bobby Jones, he's not too bad. Gordon was free. Definitely there's no reason to use a power forward outside these top 2 tiers. Especially with how many good small forwards that can play a power forward. Like, there's just no reason. So anyway, yeah, that is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.